Welcome to 10-Minute Tales at Midnight, where each story takes you somewhere strange, stirring or spectacular, one tale at a time. Tonight's story is called The Echoes We Leave, a haunting journey through space, memory and the thin lines between worlds. Juno heard the voice of her dead mother every time she folded space. Not a metaphor, not grief, a voice, clear, real, whispering through the static when the ship's occlusion drive spooled up. Always the same phrase, "Don't follow me." She never told anyone. The voice wasn't in the logs, couldn't be reproduced, and the ship's AI Vera dismissed it as sensory artifact, oral paranoia, stress responses, or the brain filling silence with memory. But Juno knew her mother's voice. And her mother had died 12 years ago, before faster-than-light travel was even considered safe. The first time it happened, Juno had just earned her seat as a jump pilot aboard the Solstice Path, a research vessel tasked with charting fold corridors beyond Kepler's reach. These were regions where space-time buckled unnaturally, where gravity twisted light and time into strange threads. No one fully understood the fold stream, only that it worked and that it cost. On that first jump, as the engines thrummed and reality stretched, the voice came, soft but unmistakable. "Don't follow me." It stopped her cold. Not just the words, but the tone. Urgent, protective, like her mother calling her back from the edge of something dangerous. That was 7 missions ago. Now, seated in the isolated jump chamber, her fingers hovered over the ignition. Everyone else was in cryo. Protocol dictated only the pilot remain conscious for the fold, so someone could make a decision if things went wrong. No one really expected they would until they did. This corridor was different. The fold stream maps shimmered with anomalies, reflected mass echoes, displaced chronons, gravitic bleed. Nothing overtly dangerous, but nothing normal either. The sort of data research teams drooled over, the kind that made Juno's skin crawl. "Vera," she said quietly, "run a recursive pattern analysis on the anomaly scatter." The AI's voice replied, soft and mechanical. "Analysis complete. Findings are consistent with benign temporal drift. No action required." Juno didn't agree. She didn't feel safe. But she was curious. She opened a secure file on her wrist pad, one she'd decrypted in secret weeks ago. It was all she had left of her mother. Mission logs, telemetry, classified recordings from the ill-fated Helios Rift expedition. Their final recorded jump showed signs of misalignment. A narrow distortion, 1 degree off centre, small enough to be dismissed by theory, but theory didn't matter when you never came back. Or when your daughter heard you calling from the void. Juno exhaled slowly, then closed the file. She tapped the ignition panel once, arming the drive. The hum began. The lights dimmed. Outside the viewport, stars stretched into liquid silver as the fold corridor opened. A tunnel of tangled light and warping time. The air felt heavier, thicker, and then the voice. Not faint this time, not hidden behind static. "Juno, you shouldn't be here." She froze. It wasn't just the voice. A shimmering form now hovered within the chamber, flickering like a broken projection, yet unmistakably human. Her mother. Older, weathered, eyes wide with alarm. "Vera," Juno whispered. "Visual anomaly. Are you recording this?" "No anomalies detected," said Vera. "All systems within nominal range." Juno took a step closer. Her chest ached. "Mum?" Her voice broke. "How is this possible?" The image crackled. "I've only got moments. Listen to me. The folds aren't tunnels. They're reflections. Every jump overlays you. Every choice branches out. The deeper you go, the harder it is to stay yourself." Juno's knees felt weak. "But we thought you were gone. We thought you died in the Helios Rift." "I did. In one timeline. In another, I survived. And another, well, I don't even know what I am anymore. The folds don't just move you, they multiply you." She raised a hand toward Juno. It glitched as it passed through the console. "I tried to send warnings. You heard me, didn't you?" Juno nodded slowly, tears in her eyes. Her mother's voice softened. That's how the fold remembers us. Echoes of thought, caught in the overlap, but they get twisted, they don't stay human. Juno reached out, desperate. Then come with me, I'll pull you back. You're still here, I can see you. No, her mother said firmly. That's how it gets you. You try to pull someone back and you fall deeper in. She looked terrified now. I've seen versions of you that didn't stop. They chased me, chased this, until they couldn't find their way back to themselves. Juno shook her head. I don't understand. You don't have to. Just stop here. Don't take the next jump. Don't follow. The projection fractured. Light warped around her. I love you, she said, and then she was gone. The chamber went still. Fold complete. Vera's voice returned. Transition successful. Arrival timestamp confirmed. No detectable anomalies. Welcome to Sector Theta Zero. Juno stood alone in the humming silence. She stared at the jump console. The interface still pulsed. The ship had arrived at its destination, but she had changed. Somewhere in the endless fabric of folded space, other versions of her were already plotting the next jump, following the echo, chasing their mothers into the void. But not this version. Juno sat down, powered off the ignition system, locked it, and for the first time in her career, she requested a transfer out of the jumping core. She would not follow, because sometimes the bravest thing in the universe is just to stay still. And far away, echoing through folded time, her mother's voice lingered. Don't follow me. And this time, Juno truly listened.